Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is the 90 Fiance Season 8 Episode 13 review. I apologize, it is so late. It has been a busy week in this household of putting together bunk beds, ordering mattresses, and calling people because everything has been delayed. And also making appointments for the kids, and it's been one thing after another lately. Before I begin, obviously, it's spoiler alert. If you have not had a chance to watch Sunday's episode, don't watch if you don't want to be spoiled, which I assume most people have by now, but just in case you fall behind, spoilers. I hope you've all been having a good week so far. Mine's not been too bad. I am like 30 pages away from finishing the 100 book 3. And I'm almost done with Making a Murderer documentary, which I started, and I have been watching it. I watch it every morning while I am working out, so I am totally devoted to finishing the series like tomorrow. So, all right. Well, I guess before I ramble on, let's get started. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with Tariq and Hazel. Now, I feel like I missed something from them last week because I didn't see their conversation with Minty. So if I didn't say anything about it last video, and if I did, I don't remember, because when I was watching the preview, I was like, I don't remember seeing that. So let's go ahead and get started on that. Tariq deciding to video chat with Minty, to me, was a little bit of a... There's no reason. There wasn't any reason for them to really contact Minty, besides the fact that he has feelings for her, which is pretty obvious because in Sunday's episode, he was very hesitantly answering whether or not he had feelings for her or not. And he said no, but we know he does. We know that he has feelings for her, so it's pretty obvious. So, and not to mention his friend, I totally agree. If I had found out that my boyfriend had spoken to his ex before we got married, or regarding anything for that matter, it would have been over, because that's a trust issue right there. And I hope he would feel the same way if I were to ever contact my ex, which I'll never, by the way. So, besides all that, I totally understand Hazel's, non-trust in Tariq. But of course, when she mentions it to him, he makes it sound like she's won. But it's not a competition. What do you mean she's won? All she wants is to be there with you, and she wants to bring her son over eventually. It's not a winning matter. It's, you need to be with me. I need to be able to trust you. We're not contacting her again, So I'm a little worried, but honestly, if they don't make it, I totally understand, because he wants to have Minty, but also I'm not faulting anything, because Hazel wanting to add a girlfriend into the mix after the way she acts around Minty is pretty, it's kind of contradictory and hypocritical, maybe, that you want to have a girlfriend but you don't want Tariq to have what he wants and to have the same thing happen and everything else. So it's kind of like it has to be a two-way street. If you're going to have a girlfriend in your relationship, then you need to be able to trust each other. So now that we've got that out of the way, let's jump over to Amira and Andrew. So Amira and Andrew, I have felt really bad for her because she has basically been pressured into doing all of this stuff that she doesn't really want to do. And I kind of wish she hadn't gone to Serbia, because what if she had just got detained again? But of course, Andrew is kind of like making it seem like she has to. So with her father basically saying that he's never going to talk to her again if she does this, she goes anyways. And she actually makes it outside of the airport, and she has to stay there for 2 weeks. Do I think that anything, I don't know. My other thing is she even going to be able to enter the United States? Because even though you've been quarantined for 14 days, it still means you could still have the symptoms of COVID. But whatever. Do I hope they make it? Sure, whatever. I've got nothing for them, because honestly, like, Amira and Andrew are just... I feel bad for her. Hold on a second. Y'all need to stop. Now. Alright. So. Lord. I love my kids. I really do, but my God, you can't leave them alone for more than 5 minutes before they start fighting. It's like a WWE match out there all the time. All right, so that's what I was saying. I kind of wish that Amira would realize her self-worth and to stop sacrificing for Andrew, but it's going to be whatever it is. All right, so now we're jumping over to Julia and Brandon. Now, Brandon said in this episode that he does not want to get married in the church. He does not want to do all of this stuff. He just wants her to sign the papers. And I am a little bit upset over this because they kind of made it seem like it was a really big deal that they got married and they did whatever and everything was fine. I'll get it later.
No.
Go play. Go play. Okay, anyways. So, Brandon basically saying that Julia just needs to sign the papers and that be it, and then not have a ceremony. And then the way he was talking about how he's not the one who said, oh, but we need to have a ceremony and a reception. And I probably would have slapped him in the face. I am not even lying. I would have went off and I would have cried and I would have been really upset. So I didn't see anything else that happened afterwards with them. If something did happen and I missed it, I do apologize. I really need to start catching it on Sunday because watching stuff with kids is hard and difficult. All right, so if I missed anything with them, I do apologize. All right, so now we're going to Jovi and Yara. So Yara had a kind of a scare. She slipped and fell, and they went to urgent care, but they said everything was fine. She wasn't feeling all that great, so she was at home. But they were leaving for Vegas in like 3 hours. But let me just go ahead. Them going wedding dress shopping was the best thing ever. She looks gorgeous in that gown, and I'm so happy that she invited his mom, I guess. I personally would have stuck to my guns, but that's just me. But I'm so happy that she's going to make her happy. And she even sided with him having a few friends go. So whatever. She looks stunning in that dress. I am super happy that they're all happy. But now let's get to the part that I'm a little concerned about and we're all concerned about. So it was Jovi's bachelor party and all of his friends are basically been like, you need to go. What the hell are you talking about? It's your last night as a free man. Blah, blah, blah. Now, I'm going to say this just in the sense of someone who's been through 2 pregnancies, and both of them were, my first one was pretty terrible. Morning sickness, all 10 months, it never stopped. I never was able to eat anything. I was constantly having to go to the hospital because her heartbeat was going down, everything else. I was miserable all the time. My second one, I had just bad back pains, like literally from like 4 months down. So, whatever. Granted, if I ended up in the hospital because I had a scare, I would expect my boyfriend to be there. It shouldn't even be a matter of asking or a principle of bachelor parties or anything else. When your pregnant girlfriend slash fiance slash wife needs you, you need to be there. I'm just saying. That's just from my personal opinion. I really felt like he should not have gone. Now, she said that he can go ahead and go and gave him like 2 hours tops to be back home. Like an hour and a half, 2 hours. So he's at the strip club and one of his friends decided that he's not going to go in. And he says that when you have a wife and kids, it's totally different now. And it is. It's just a respect thing. Just in case anyone doesn't know what respect is, it's not doing something your partner doesn't like. Okay. So if your partner says don't go to strip clubs, don't go to strip clubs. Okay. Just saying. Now, I'm concerned that Jovi might have slept with that stripper because his friend sent him up there with her alone. Do I think he did? No, but I have a sneaky suspicion that something happened and it may have just been more than just her stripping. So I'm a little concerned, but it's going to be whatever. I won't know until obviously, we find out. So it's going to be whatever it is. So apart from that, let me see. All right, so now we have Stephanie and Harris because Ryan is out of the picture. She has been talking about Harris moving to the United States to be with her, and he has said that he is all ready to move with her, but despite the fact that his baby mama is not with him right now, she'll probably get back with him when she's done being mad or whatever, which has also got me thinking, why is she even bothering? Why is Stephanie bothering with Harris? He has kids and he wants to be with the baby mama. He wants to be with her for the kids, but they go through all these phases where they're not even together, then they are together, then they're not together, and then she's got someone else, and he has somebody else, and now he's with Stephanie. And can I just say that Stephanie always looks a little strung out every time that she's with Harris, like she's taking a bunch of medications or she's just wasted. Because she kept kind of calling him Ryan and it's Harris, but then when she would talk to Harris, it was, everything else. But, so, I don't know, I think that Stephanie just needs to go home and just kind of forget about this. And I understand her wanting to have somebody, but you don't just jump from one relationship to the next. So, whatever. All right, let me see. Rebecca and Ziad. All right, so Rebecca and Ziad have kind of pissed me off lately. Oh, my bad. Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay, there's your spoon right there.
This.
You don't need that. You can play with something else. All right, y'all need to stop. Get up. Get up. Okay, my God, I am never going to finish this video. All right, so Rebecca and Zia. So last Sunday, we had the lovely conversation about Ramadan and how if Rebecca didn't marry Ziad in 2 weeks, he was moving back. Okay, so she said no. She was not going to get married in a courthouse. And of course, in this episode, he tells her that she cannot stay in her house with him or he cannot be there with her if they're not married before Ramadan. Now, I thought it was funny that she mentions that Ziad is, he picks and chooses what he wants to believe, which totally reminds me of the Christian faith. And it's hilarious, to be honest, because everyone picks and chooses what you're going to believe and cite and recite and abide by from the Bible. And that's what Ziad does. He basically just picks and chooses, and that's that. Now, do I believe that he should be rushing this marriage? No, because she doesn't want to rush the marriage, but he's apparently kind of being really set in his ways. And then he's telling her that she's not compromising to his faith or whatever. So we're going to see about that. I personally am on Rebecca's side. I would not be marrying somebody within like a month of you being here, because what happens if, he decides to be a different person, And so he's already said that he'll go back if she doesn't. So I'm excited to see if maybe she does tell him to go, because I would have. All right, so now we're going to get over to Mike and Natalie. I don't think I'm missing any couple, and if I am, I do apologize, but I think this is it. All right, so Mike and Natalie have had a rough start, since last season. So we've got her throwing the ring back at him, saying they don't love each other, saying she doesn't love him, them going to therapy, they're constant fighting, her saying he can't drink, he can't have pasta, he can't have fried rice, butter, he needs to stop eating meat, blah, 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 blah. All right, so after all is said and done, after she's apologized, he says, good. I don't forgive you, though, for, whatever, but whatever. So then he does like this little half-ass, pardon my language, half-ass proposal. And then she just makes a simple statement that says, do you forgive me? Are we having a clean slate? And he gets pissed. He gets pissed and says that she's ruining the moment. Does she want to be his fiance? I mean, why is she making whatever? No, he doesn't forgive her for the ring. And I was like, wow. I'm like, all this time I've been kind of on Mike's side up until a few instances. But I've been on Mike's side about Natalie, but why are you being a dick? So, despite the fact that he was a dick, she still said yes to them being engaged and whatever. And of course, before all that, she went wedding dress shopping, which she looks absolutely beautiful in the wedding dresses. Granted, they haven't even set a date yet. Granted, in the next episode preview, we see that their engagement's been called off. I can honestly say that I would not have accepted that ring because she's choosing to forgive and forget and trust Mike, and he should do the same. So I almost felt a little bad that she was like, oh, yeah, okay, well, if you're not going to forgive me, then we're still going to be engaged. So I was like, all right, Mike, now you're the one being an ass. So whatever. We see a bunch of stuff go down in the next episode for Sunday, which is 2 days away. I will make sure that I catch it this time, because otherwise I'll just end up not making the video and have to watch it with the kids. I don't want to miss anything. So until then, I hope you guys continue to have a good week, and I'll see y'all next time.